entertained? Are you not entertained?
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Whiskey Jedi podcast. My name is Jake Berlin. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I am the Whiskey Jedi. This is my show that I do every Tuesday evening at 6 o'clock Pacific. Whether you're here live, back on the recording, or on the audio track, thank you guys so much for joining. I hope everyone's doing fantastic out there. Hope everyone's having a great start to your week. We've already had one day on our week, but now we are on a second day on our week. And today is a glorious day. It is an amazing day. Yes, Daredevil Born Again is finally here. It is here. I have not seen it yet. Maybe one day I'll get on the list to get these things early and get invited to premiere parties. But for now, I have to wait like everyone else until right now for these shows to be here. And I will be getting to those episodes as soon as I am off the mic tonight. But I had to make sure I was here to not only do a show, but it just happened to be like a very big Marvel week. We have these Avengers Doomsday leaks that we're going to be talking about all show long. I had a couple other topics in mind, but I just figured, you know what? I don't know if the show's going to go the full hour tonight for obvious reasons. So why not just stick to one topic and really blow the doors open on this whole Doomsday discussion and these concept art and what it all means and things that we could be seeing because of the art and whether or not it was intentional. I mean, so many different possibilities, obviously, but we're going to get into that in just a second. Look, let me just get it off my chest real quick. Daredevil Born Again is, like, I've been giddy all day long, like so giddy. I shot a TikTok video earlier. I basically did like an everything you need to know before watching Daredevil Born Again. It's kind of like a recap because it's been so long of seeing like proper Daredevil as far as like a title. We've obviously seen him in She-Hulk and other things, in Kingpin as well. But what are the things that we need to remember before watching Daredevil Born Again? I did a video. It's up on all my profiles, or at least on TikTok for now. I'll post it to the other socials later. But I can't wait. Can't wait. I saw how long the episodes were. First one's an hour. Second one's about 47 minutes. Makes my heart happy. Makes my heart really, really happy. And if you guys can't tell, like I can tell I look tired. I am 100% staying up as long as I need to not only watch these episodes, but talk about them as well. I plan on shooting some videos. It's an amazing time to be a fan right now. Like, it really is. I can't believe it's back. Like, I cannot believe that Daredevil is back. We have won. This is one of the things that we have absolutely won at. Charlie Cox, Vincent D'Onofrio, just the whole gang is back. Like, it's so exciting. It is absolutely so exciting. And I cannot wait to see how violent it is and how dark it is and how it compares to the Netflix show, obviously, but like how it also builds upon it and transitions itself into the MCU. Really, really excited. So just had to get that off my chest for the first few minutes. But Born Again will definitely be talked about. I can say this, there will be a review show for those watching. I'll update you on the time and the day, but there will be a review show and it'll come very quickly. So stay tuned for that. Very excited to talk more Daredevil on a show dedicated to reviewing the show. Think of it as the next evolution of Marvel Rewind, but no official title to this review show. It's just the Daredevil review show. Nothing special. But there will be one. So we'll be talking Marvel on a weekly basis for the next 8 weeks. 2 episodes tonight, and then 7 episodes the rest of the way. There's 9 total in the first season. So look out for that. Let's see. Hello to everybody. Star Drew, Big G, Andy, Curtis, Booze, Wingblade, John. Appreciate you guys all being here, whether or not you're here for the whole time or not. Thank you guys. I know that Daredevil is probably sitting on your TV screen waiting to be shown. Appreciate you guys being here. So appreciate you guys being here. The cold is kind of been running through our household a little bit, so I make cough here and there, so I apologize. But yeah, let's just dive into it. I mean, look, I don't know if there's like a lot to talk about, but there's a good chunk to talk about. I don't know if I really like calling these leaks. They're not your typical leaks. They're not. They are It's not phone footage of a movie trailer or someone screenshotting a video of an inside of a boardroom or anything like that. These are high res official images in a way of preparation of Avengers Doomsday. And I want to make sure I say this up top because I don't think I will in the conversation as it kind of starts flowing along. But we have to keep in mind that concept art will always not only change, but it'll always just not be included sometimes. Like how many times, and let's just stick to Marvel for a second. How many times have we seen this incredible concept art of these awesome, awesome ideas and characters coming together in sequences that we've never seen? So let's keep this all in mind that these images that we are seeing from Doomsday, they could just be either ideas that they have that could never come to fruition or something to throw us off the scent of what is actually happening. Now, I don't believe that because they are very close to a comic book, like very down to the nitty gritty detail of the 2015 run of Secret Wars. God Emperor Doom, Sue Storm is his wife, like Sheriff Strange, the whole thing. So I don't believe that it's like something to throw us off our scent. But there's definitely a part of me that is like, okay, they did this pretty officially. Like these were meant to be released. But we'll never know. We'll never know. So let's just keep that in mind as we talk about this because I see a lot of people getting extremely excited about all this. And I am also extremely excited about this. I mean, this guy right here looks fucking incredible. Like incredible. But there is a high likelihood that a lot of it may not even be included. And that it's, again, just ideas that are being flown around by Marvel for what they want Doomsday to look like. So, wanted to make sure I said that right off the top because I don't think I will once the conversation gets going in. So, there we go. Booze, remember when Kylo Ren looked like a concept art? Agreed. Feeling we are at a similar stage of development. Yeah, I mean, look, it's early, or maybe they've been at this for a while. Like, I'm sure that these images have been in their hands for a little bit now. But who's to say that things have not drastically changed or even changed a little bit? Like, I'm sure things have changed just a little bit. And they're releasing these, or they were quote unquote leaked to throw us off their scent. I apologize. So yeah, I mean, look, I have no doubt in my mind that they are doing their absolute best to make sure Doctor Doom looks like this image to my technically my left, but to my right on the screen, to your left. But there is a high likelihood that in the development process of designing that costume, that doesn't work out. So just keep it all in mind because I see a lot of people online going back and forth about it, and it doesn't feel like people are keeping that all in mind, and they're kind of like they're either all in on it or they're like, this is blah 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 blah. So yeah, Wingblade, officially unofficial concept art, which could always change design and or be left on the cutting room floor. Yeah, see, I mean, it happens all the time. I would love for you guys to go look at all the Marvel concept art that's out there about all the movies. Just go look at Brave New World, Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, all of them. Thor Ragnarok. There's so much stuff out there that we've never seen from concept art that's been shown. So Just something to keep in mind. Stuff like the Marvels and yeah, just keep it in mind as we're looking at all of this. But at the same time, it's still a damn good fun time to talk about all this. So let's just get after it. I mean, look, it's I really would love to save him for last, but we can't. We got to talk about Doctor Doom. I'll bring up the image that I have here on the overlay, but I mean, my God. This image of Doom sitting on his throne. It's just him. It's not the throne room scene. It's just him. Everyone keeps talking about the aura that he has. Yes, but just the overall design of this character is phenomenal. And a theme that we're going to talk about as a lot of these images come out is the medieval aspect that they have. It's a very, very specific tone that all of the concept art have in common. And this 100% screams. I mean, if this, and this is such a Jake Berlin thing, but if this doesn't scream a Viking king to you, I don't know what does. The fur, the way the throne looks, how it's centered in the room with everything in the background, even the way he's sitting in a way is very, very like Norse mythology. It has that very strong medieval aspect to it that is pretty damn incredible. I love the design of the legs as well. You can notice very heavily how inspired it is by something like Iron Man, but also drastically different. Like the leg plates, sure, can be considered very Iron Man-esque, but everything else is very different. And I'm sure someone will pick apart other pieces, but those don't look like Iron Man hands or wrist guards. The face 100% does not look like Iron Man. But you can tell that there's definitely inspiration, which you expected because Robert Downey Jr. is playing the part, right? You expect to see that when we look at this version of Doctor Doom, if he is in fact a variant of Tony Stark. Yeah, Stardew Game of Thrones is definitely another one as well. I have no doubt that that's what they're going for. Like, why wouldn't you with a character like Doctor Doom? Why is that not the theme that you go for immediately? It makes perfect sense that that's the theme that you're going for. And it so fits, especially and not just Doctor Doom, but specifically God Emperor Doctor Doom. Which, first of all, that name and that title, unbelievable. So yeah, I mean, look, it's again not confirmed. Everything can be changed, left out on the floor, whatever. But this concept art, if we're taking it at full value, the concept art reveals that Doomsday and Secret Wars is going to be adapting the 2015 run of Secret Wars. And in that version, we had a version of Doctor Doom that was named God Emperor Doom. Sorry, guys, I'm getting all kinds of notifications about Daredevil right now. And I just got to make sure I'm looking at what they are. So yeah, we're adapting God Emperor Doom. And so let me just read real quick. Just a real quick like bio of what God Emperor Doom is. That's not a good one. So here we go. Doctor Doom steals the power of a group of alien beings called the Beyonders and creates his own battle world, which we'll talk about, from the remains of different worlds throughout the multiverse. Empowered by the enslaved Molecule Man, the villain becomes God Emperor Doom, ruler of Battleworld. And everything that this concept art is showing is exactly that. We'll get to him a little bit later, but I'll just bring up Greenland, which is essentially, so this was the Hulk planet. That this is part of the Hulk planet that merged with Battleworld, and it comes to be known as Greenland with a couple of other different names in there, but here we see Hulk, She-Hulk, and Scar, which Scar has what looks like an arrow in him, which is interesting. I love that She-Hulk is back, looking great. Bruce Banner's Hulk. I mean, you could see all the other Hulks behind him. So yeah, that's part of Battle World. That's one of the, as I said, they all merge together. And then I don't know if this is technically can be called another one, but we also have this Wakanda concept art of Black Panther. And whether or not we are getting Black Panther, I'm not sure. I think if you're ever going to bring the Black Panther character back, now is your opportunity. Because you have a T'Challa from another world that is going to be merging into Battle World, and then eventually when Secret Wars is done, you don't have all these other worlds. You have one world. And that's how we get T'Challa back. Now, it'd obviously be very sad and emotional not having Chadwick Boseman play the character, but if you're ever going to bring the character back, this is how you should do it. It's the only way that really makes sense in my eyes. I know everyone has talked about T'Challa's son, and sure, maybe somewhere down the line, but I don't want something like Time Traveler or something like that to happen so he's old enough to become Black Panther. I would much rather see a variant take over the Black Panther role that is merged with the 616 Earth. That kind of makes sense in my eyes. So yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens, but yeah, God Emperor Doom is the scariest Doom of all. I don't have a photo, but I can pull it up. Let's see, Secret Wars 2015. And I have no doubt that they're going to show this, because why wouldn't you, honestly? I want the full shot. I don't know how this is going to show on StreamYard. Let's see. So this is just an example of how powerful this character actually is. So in the Secret Wars 2015 run, we obviously have Thanos. And he's a decent-sized player in all of this. But here's an example of, I'm going to take the overlay off, of what he could look like. So this happens in the 2015 run of Secret Wars. God Emperor Doom rips Thanos' spine out. Like, just straight up. Puts his hand into his chest, rips his spine and skull from his body. Like, that is unbelievable. Honestly, like one of the craziest things I've ever seen in a Marvel comic ever. That's how powerful this character is. And he did it without like a blink of an eye. Like, there's like no chance Thanos could have ever survived that in any way. And the Thanos that we've met, you would expect him to be like fighting, right? But no. He steps up, puts his hand to his chest, rips his spine right out. Unbelievable. And if they don't show that, I'd be super disappointed. Because I mean, I want to see that. Like, you have to prove to us why he's so powerful. Like, you have to prove that he's a threat. That he's a threat, and not just creating the incursions in the battle world and a threat to the Avengers, but like, you have to prove to us. And one way in doing it is ripping out the spine of the previous villain who took over the universe and killed 50% of the population. That's how you do it. And seeing Robert Downey Jr. do that to Josh Brolin would be amazing. It'd be so good. I really, and SB Cole, I'm with you. I really hope the majority of the adaptation comes from the 2015 run. It was brilliant. And I really hope a lot of the inspiration comes from that story. And I think a lot of it can, like, you're going to have to interchange some pieces, which we'll get to here in a sec, as far as the people that are involved because of where the MCU currently is at with all of the current characters. But there's no question you can do it. Like, there's no question you can do it. And I think they are. I think this is like almost confirmation that they are. So let's get to the next slide, which is a very, very important slide. This is the throne room scene. And this is the one that everyone is talking about, as you probably should be, with what it displays. So while the previous image does show Doom on a throne, it doesn't show him in white robes, which, if you go back to the image I just showed about Doom ripping out Thanos' spine, he was in all white. This image, as you can see, has him in all white. This image specifically was pretty much the confirmation that they're going for God Emperor Doom. The all white robes is a giveaway. Outside of God Emperor Doom, he doesn't have the white robes. And again, going back to the kind of Iron Man inspiration, you can see it. And again, let's keep this in mind as we're looking at all of this. This is all just inspiration and something that can easily be cut in the development process. But you can very much see that he's basically wearing an Iron Man suit. You can see it around like the biceps and the forearms. Even the face, in a way, looks like the Iron Man mask. But again, it's just concept art, people. So please don't freak out. But outside of Doom, like, there's some major people in this photo. So to his right, but all the way to the left on our screen, is a Doctor Strange variant. Now, that's a very specific Doctor Strange variant. That is a character known as Sheriff Strange. Sheriff Strange is Doom's right-hand man in the Secret Wars 2015 run. And he's the law enforcer of Battleworld. He's the one who puts down his foot on all of Battleworld for everyone. Again, his number one enforcer for Dr. Doom. And what a brilliant way to use Benedict Cumberbatch. Like, him and Robert Downey Jr. together, because we didn't get to see a lot of them together in the MCU, but them together with RDJ playing Doom and Benedict Cumberbatch playing an evil version of Strange, of his variant, in Battleworld enforcing the law, is going to be crazy. Crazy. And that takes place in the comic book. So that's something that they don't have to change. I should have just shared him differently so you guys can see my face, but I'll just kind of pop back and forth as I talk. So yeah, look, Sheriff Strange, big part of the comic book. If they're doing this in the movies, no doubt big part of the film and the story. Cannot wait to see Benedict Cumberbatch adapt that character. Because we've seen a character of him be I don't want to say like evil, but done bad things in the MCU, right? This character is full-blown bad, evil. And he's going to go up against some of our heroes that he's going to have to lay down the law. And I can't wait to see it. Like, I am so excited to see him do it. So yeah, right-hand man to God Emperor Doom is Sheriff Strange. First of all, I love the title. Such a cool title. But behind them, in the back, you can see a woman in white, which looks almost like a bridal gown. That is Sue Storm. And in front of her seems to be Franklin Richards, Sue's son. And in Battleworld, in Secret Wars, Dr. Doom's wife, bride, was Sue Storm. And so it looks like Vanessa Kirby will be playing a pretty decent part in this film with Franklin Richards and be Robert Downey Jr., Dr. Doom's wife in Battleworld. And then if you look closely to the man kneeling down. Now, it's not 100% certain, but it does make sense. That man looks to be Pedro Pascal's Reed Richards. And holding the chain, another enforcer for Victor Von Doom, is none other than Yelena Belova. Now, again, not 100% confirmed, but Yelena Belova is holding the chain to Pedro Pascal's Reed Richards, who is sitting in front of God Emperor Doom with Sue Storm as Doom's wife. Now, no confirmation on which Reed Richards it obviously is or which Yelena Belova it is. More than likely, because I think Reed is probably going to be a pretty big pillar in bringing Battleworld to an end, bringing the universe back to stability. That is probably our Reed Richards. So that is probably the Reed Richards we're going to meet in First Steps and the Reed that will follow for the rest of the MCU run that they are in. And then I would guess that's not our Yelena Belova. It could be. Maybe she's doing it to survive. Maybe she's forced into doing it. Maybe it's a ploy. But just from the image alone, I'll say that's probably not our Yelena Belova. So, this is by far the best image of all of them. I mean, okay, I'll backtrack. The best image is the previous image of Doom on his throne. That is by far the best looking of the concept art. But as far as what has the most information and like the coolest connections to things, it's this image. This image is 100% the one that everyone was like, oh my God. Again, because of not only the characters involved, but the way that Doom looks. Sheriff Strange, God Emperor Doom, Sue Storm, Franklin Richards, Reed Richards, and Yelena Belova. I mean, you're kind of knocking out of the park at that point. And again, the medieval tone, right? I mentioned it. Very Renaissance in the way that not only like the ballroom looks, the throne room, I guess we can say, but specifically Sue Storm's gown. Very Renaissance, right? You have the banners up above them on the wall. Even the way that Sheriff Strange looks. And in a way, the throne. The throne is kind of very like English Kingdom type throne, right? Jesse, what's up? No, I'm not going to talk about the Fantastic Four stuff. I'm just going to stick with the Avengers stuff. Some things will bleed in as far as conversations go, but I'd much rather talk about the Doomsday stuff. I know what I'm getting with Fantastic Four. I don't really care to look at more stuff from that. So I'm already excited enough for that film, and I don't need concept art to make me more excited because I don't think it will. So we're just going to talk about something that we had no real idea about before these images. So, but yeah, this is definitely the one that stood out the most to people, and for good reason. I mean, it's a great looking concept art. Yeah, I can't wait for a scene like this to play out on screen. Like, I legitimately just cannot wait. Seeing this on a big screen is going to be unbelievable. Just the look of it is going to be incredible. The music, like the connections that these characters have, right? Sue, Franklin, Reed, and Doom, like the four of them, leaves me so excited. All right, I saw a comment I want to get to. SP Cole. They'll have to really establish the love between Reed and Sue in Fantastic Four so that it hits hard when we see Doom and Sue. Yeah, I agree. But I have no doubt that they've already done that. If you've been paying attention to like the kind of like press for it so far, San Diego Comic-Con when they first got announced, the most recent trailer drop that they did, you can see the love that Vanessa Kirby and Pedro Pascal have for each other. Like, they are very, very comfortable with each other. And that, to me, it tells me that they are very comfortable doing it on screen with each other. So I have no doubt that that's going to be established. Like, no doubt. And I can't wait to see it because it's nothing against the previous versions. But the first two Fantastic Four films, obviously, like they really hit home on the relationship of Reed and Sue. But it never felt like it was like this world-stopping love for each other. And that's what Reed and Sue have. They have that world-stopping love that is so incredibly important. And I think that they're going to establish that in the film. It seems like they're the heart of the entire film, specifically Sue. And with that will, I think, come the relationship and the love factor with them. So, crossing fingers. Jesse, the aesthetics for God Emperor Doom costume is pitch perfect, and I wish that was all I knew about Doom. I would be so excited, but knowing who is under there has me less so. All I can say to that, man, is just stay optimistic. I don't think that should create any negativity towards it. I've seen a lot of people say that, and to me, honestly, it's kind of blasphemous. And yes, I know that having Robert Downey Jr. play Doom is a weird call because he played Iron Man for so long. But at the same time, we don't know what they're doing with Doom. We don't know if this is our Doom for the remainder of time. We don't know how they're going to play it. And to kind of get yourself less excited and really think negative thoughts about it now, over a year or more before the film even comes out, like, I don't know. I'm just against that, personally. All right. Next image. Let's see. We've talked about Doom so far, the two images. Let's talk about this one. This one's a fun one. The Young Avengers. The Young Avengers. Cannot believe the Young Avengers made an appearance in the concept art. Really, really cool looking images. Obviously, a lot of big players in this image. And one player we've actually never met. Two. So on the far right, you can see a little green blob, and that is Dupe. We will know more about Dupe later on, I'm sure. But Dupe, obviously connected to the X-Men universe, connected to the X-Force, actually, in a lot of ways. I don't know a ton about Dupe, but the fact that he's included here is wild. Like, absolutely insane that he's included in this image. But the other person I was talking about is Tommy. Tommy is in this image, in his outfit, which makes this image even more important and interesting. So we're going to be having Tommy before Avengers Doomsday comes out. More than likely, we're getting him in Vision Quest. But we have our main Young Avengers team right in front of us. We have Kate Bishop. We have Cassie Lang, Tommy, Billy, and Miss Marvel. Like, a great lineup. Honestly, like the team I would expect to see out the gate for Young Avengers. No doubt. And having Wong and Star-Lord there is super interesting. Very, very interesting. How do they fit into all of this, right? Are they creating a Young Avengers squad? Are they keeping tabs on all the young, powerful people out there? I mean, all of them have connections to the actual Avengers. Miss Marvel is a super fan of Captain Marvel. She befriended Captain Marvel and Monica Rambeau in the Marvels. Billy and Tommy are obviously Vision and Wanda's sons. Cassie Lang is Ant-Man's daughter, and Kate Bishop is Hawkeye's apprentice. So it makes sense why these five would not only be a team together, but be kind of like have an eye kept on them. The biggest thing I'm curious about with this image is Star-Lord. How the hell does Peter Quill fit into all of this? But I also love it because we're going to be seeing a very different Peter Quill, right? He's not going to be part of the Guardians of the Galaxy anymore. He's going to be part of the Avengers, essentially. Is he someone that helps lead the Young Avengers? I don't know if I'd want Peter Quill leading my Young Avengers, but I'm all for the banter. I am all for the banter. It'd be super like him and Wong together is so incredibly interesting. Wong is like so serious and straight to the point, and Peter is obviously Peter. If this is in fact in the film, and the Young Avengers play a pretty big part in Doomsday in the story, my curiosity is so piqued, so incredibly piqued. So yeah, really really cool image. If this is the Young Avengers squad, I'm all for it. I love these five. They kind of have a little bit of everything. Obviously, you have the magic user in Billy. You have the speedster who has really strong power abilities in Tommy. Shrinking with Cassie, who gets super strength. Kate Bishop is a tactician, right? She could arguably be considered the leader of this team because of her time with Hawkeye, spent with Hawkeye and her tactical mind in a way. And Miss Marvel can pretty much do anything with that bangle. So I think it's a solid squad. I think it's a really, really solid squad. So I can't look. If I keep saying it, but if this image actually comes true, I cannot wait to see it happen. I really cannot wait to see it happen because these 7 people, and if you include Dupe in that, so 8 characters, unreal. And where are they? Also, like they're definitely not anywhere we've seen before. Yeah. The only person I would say is missing from this is America Chavez, and I have no doubt that she would be included because Wong is there. So I definitely think America Chavez will more than likely be involved in this as well. So, all right, before we move on, get to a couple comments here. Thank you guys for commenting. Really, really appreciate it. Travis Mitchell, what's up? Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Jesse, I don't know if I missed it yet, but the Black Panther looks great. Which way are you preferring they go? I'm going to touch on Black Panther actually next. So, I took my overlay off. I'm like done without the overlay. Star Drew Peter, 1 month coming home and get Young Avengers coming together. I don't know if I see him leading them or bringing them together, but maybe Wong, him and Wong together, which is so interesting. Travis, Peter Quill is the one human who's killed a Celestial, so yep. So would likely factor into the cosmic side of the fight, especially if Doom is God Emperor and capable of killing Celestials. Yeah, I mean, no doubt. No doubt. It's just interesting. We'll see. We'll see how much he factors into it because yes, he's killed a Celestial, but Doom is a whole different thing. Especially when you're on Battle World. So that's all. But yeah, I 100% agree with you. I agree with you. Travis, that looks like a bit of the bar Strange takes him to and What If. It could definitely be related to where we saw Wong and American Chavez last in Multiverse of Madness. That training facility. I forget where they were exactly, but that facility that they were at for all of the sorcerers. It could definitely be in that location. All right, let's talk about Black Panther. Let's talk about Black Panther. This is one of the 4 Black Panther images that was released. 100% my favorite suit of the concept art. And I'm just going to run through them. This is the only one we got with a face. And I know a lot of people have been theorizing, oh my God, they revealed who's playing Black Panther. No. That is not the case whatsoever. Many, many times, concept art artists, they pick a face of an actor, actress, someone they know, and they put that person in the role during the concept art phase. And that face can easily be changed when they officially cast someone. So let's not jump to conclusions about who is playing Black Panther. But here's the second image, which I showed earlier. I love this design too. I think it's a really strong suit that's extremely different from the current Black Panther suits we've seen. This is the third image. I love the tribal aspect that this suit has. I don't know how I feel about the lips and the cheekbones and stuff, but this could also be a Black Panther that physically morphs a little bit into a panther. Because if you keep in mind, these, so obviously there's that, duh. But this looks like a helmet or a mask of some kind. And then this one looks like a face. And as does this one. It's the same costume with a scarf, essentially. This could very well be a version of Black Panther, a variant of Black Panther that in a way turns a little bit into what he looks like a Black Panther. He looks a little bit like a cat. So I don't know how I feel about that, but because it's a variant, and again, like we don't know. I'm just theorizing on how I feel about the look of it because of the lips and the cheekbones and everything. But if you notice, the ears are also extremely different. It just looks like his face has a little bit been changed, which I don't hate. But and you can see the abs and everything compared to this, which is more like a suit. So just something to keep in mind. Just an idea floating around there. But let's talk about Black Panther for a second, because I know Jesse had a question here. Looking at this, it really feels like they are going Elseworld instead of just Grown Up Son. I 100% agree, and I 100% am for this. I don't want them to cop out and do the Grown Up Son part of it. Maybe down the line we get him, T'Challa being it, but I think that this will be a variant, a Wakanda from another world is going to merge into Battle World, and along with it, that Black Panther. And let's also keep this in mind. It doesn't have to be T'Challa. It does not have to be T'Challa. It can be a different character name. So that Black Panther is going to merge into Battle World, and then when everything is resolved in Secret Wars, I think that Black Panther will be our Black Panther. I don't think you're going to see Shuri as Black Panther for much longer. I don't think you'll see her as Black Panther past Secret Wars. I think she's too valuable elsewhere. So, and this is just me theorizing. Just let's all keep that in mind. But I think it's going to be a variant Black Panther merging into Battle World, and then that Black Panther will become our Black Panther. I don't know how, because I don't want to lose our Wakanda, obviously. But I do think, and also at the same time, while I do say that character will be our Black Panther, I'm also okay with not having a Black Panther. Sorry, guys, my phone's ringing right now. Don't know why. I think it mutes me when my phone's ringing, and I don't know why it's ringing. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. There's some kind of alarm or something going on in the computer, and I cannot figure out what it is. I say that I don't mind not having a Black Panther because I tragically miss T'Challa and Chadwick Boseman, and it just feels wrong in a way doing it without him. But the story can always change my mind. Can always change my mind. So we'll see. But either way, like whatever my thoughts are, it seems like we're going to be getting a Black Panther in Doomsday and Secret Wars outside of Shuri. Because Shuri will more than likely be part of the first wave that fights Doom. I'm almost 100% certain that Sam Wilson will recruit her because of his connections with Wakanda. So we'll see Shuri and Doomsday, I'm sure. I just don't know what happens after that and how that's all going to fit into it. Big G, are they going to just have the variant be our Black Panther, or might they retcon T'Challa's death? They will definitely 100% not retcon T'Challa's death. Because that's a massive disservice to Chadwick Boseman and everything that Ryan Coogler did with Wakanda Forever. the celebration, the funeral, everything that film was for Chadwick, it would also retcon that. So I don't think that they will ever retcon that, but I mean it's up in the air because of the idea with variants. We don't know what's going to happen with the whole variant thing. So um, either way, whatever the case may be on how they're going to be approaching T'Challa, Black Panther, Wakanda, our everything regarding the Black Panther name in the MCU, Doomsday is going to be introducing a male Black Panther. So, on top of having Shuri, we are also going to be having this version of Black Panther, which I'm okay with because a lot of people who may just be paying attention to the films and not actually reading the comics or have history with comics, they don't understand that the character of Black Panther, and mainly it's T'Challa, but Black Panther is one of the single most important beings in the Marvel universe. He's part of the Illuminati, which are considered the smartest minds on the planet. And we never got to see that because of what happened to Chadwick and how the storyline for the MCU was at that current time. And yes, they can do that with Shuri because of how incredibly smart she is, but I don't see that for Shuri. And so it is a little bit of a bummer that his time was cut so short because we weren't able to see the full potential of the character. And I 100% bravo Marvel for not wanting to touch that for a long time. And they still very well may not touch that because it doesn't have to be a T'Challa variant. It could be a different character as Black Panther because we know that Wakandan history there are dozens of Black Panthers. And who knows how Wakanda operates on the world that character is from, or in what year timeline that character is from. So we'll see. We'll see. Travis Mitchell, what if T'Challa's son gives his own life so T'Challa can come back to life with a new actor? It would be really tragic, but also beautiful, I think. I agree with you, but I personally would not like. I don't want them to. I don't want to see them recast our T'Challa. I don't. I would much rather see a variant, and a lot of people would consider it a cop out. But with the whole incursions and battle world and merging of worlds, that's what I would rather see. A variant of our T'Challa. And again, it could be a different actor. My vote is Aldous Hodge. I think Aldous Hodge is the perfect person to pick up the Black Panther name. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Travis, one dangling thread is Zemo's reaction to T'Challa's death. He did save his life. Imagine he's taken prisoner in Wakanda. He's attacked. T'Challa's son is about to die, and then Zemo saves him. That could be interesting. Zemo is a very interesting character right now. I don't know how much of Zemo we'll actually see going forward, but I'm always down for more Daniel Bruhl. All right, let's see. So we talked about Black Panther. We talked about Scar, Bruce Banner, and She-Hulk. I'll just quickly bring it up again. This is really exciting, honestly. I love this idea. If you know the comic book, there's some really cool things that they can do with this. Even at one point in the comic book, we see a Steve Rogers take refuge there. And Steve Rogers comes into play in Secret Wars. I don't think that'll happen in this movie because of everything that's happened in the current MCU. But Scar has gotten a glow up for sure compared to the last time we saw him. Looks way, way better. And again, I love the way Jennifer Walters looks. She looks good. Let's see what else we got. The only other image that I have And I don't even know if this is from Doomsday, but we have this White Vision and Peter Quill image. This could very well be from Vision Quest. We're not, obviously with a leak or a supposed leak, they're not going to tell us. But this image could be from Vision Quest. And we apparently could be getting Peter Quill in Vision Quest, which would be super cool. And then this is how the connection starts with Peter Quill and the Young Avengers. It's an interesting duo, I will say that. I would say that even with the original Vision, because they obviously haven't spent a lot of time together, but specifically the White Vision. White Vision, we don't really know where he stands right now. He just flew off in WandaVision, and we haven't seen him since. Is he fully back? Is he, reintegrated back with Vision's memories and feeling like Vision again? Or is he still kind of a little bit mixed up? Really, really interesting. If this isn't Doomsday, it makes my curiosity peak even more. But I have a feeling this might be from Vision Quest. And it just wasn't clarified. So, Travis, what did you say? Let me bring up the comments. It almost looks like everyone knows what's happening except for Bruce. Like, confused as to why in this medieval world. Yeah, so let me bring up that image again. I think that is actually going to be our Bruce Banner and Jennifer Walters. I think it's going to be both of them. I think it's a great opportunity to bring back Jennifer Walters from the She-Hulk show. And this would be Mark Ruffalo, Bruce Banner from the MCU. It could even be Scar. Like, maybe it's the three of them. And they were slammed down in Greenland. I don't know. I mean, it could just be Bruce, but I'm going to say at minimum, I think it's our Bruce Banner and Jennifer Walters. And the reason why I brought up the Scar part is also because I don't think they would introduce Scar at the end of She-Hulk and then not bring him back and be the same Scar. It looks like Bruce is going to be wherever his son is, and more than likely, I probably see that the three of them have been thrown down somewhere that they've never been or never experienced before. And it's their first time ever being in a home of Hulks, essentially. But, I mean, who knows? I could be wrong. But if I was a betting man, I would say it's at least our Bruce and our Jennifer Walters. Let's see. Revism. What's up, man? Would Aldous... Oh, let me bring up the... Hold on. Overlay. Would Aldous Hodge be available? He's busy with TV series Cross, and I think he has a recurring role in Leverage. So the recurring role, I don't think would take a lot away. But Cross, so you are correct. He greatly plays Alex Cross on the Prime Video series Cross. I think it's a very, very well done, underrated show that was released a few months ago. And he's great in it. He is really, really good. And I would love to see that show continue on for a couple of seasons, if not more. But those shows only shoot 3 months, 4 months. They're pretty quick. Maybe 6 months. But even at that, let's say he appears in Doomsday and Secret Wars as a Black Panther. He is more than likely not appearing in Doomsday until the end as a Black Panther. Then he'll be involved in Secret Wars, which is still a ways away from from filming. And then let's say he's officially our Black Panther going forward. At the earliest, 2028, maybe 2029 would be him taking over the Black Panther role. Like officially in his own projects as part of the universe once Secret Wars has ended. So I think he'd have plenty of time. And you're going to tell me that if he got the chance to play Black Panther, he wouldn't clear his schedule as much as he possibly could? I think he'd make it work. And if we're seeing Tom Holland film things the way that he's filming things right now, I have no doubt someone like Aldous Hodge could do the same thing. SB. I like Hodge too. It would be a good second chance after his run in the DCU. Yeah, I agree. I really liked him as Hawkman, but he was in a terrible movie. Terrible movie. He's so much better of an actor than the stuff that he's been in half the time. Although he was really good in Invisible Man. He's really good in Cross. He's been in a couple of other things as well. I think it'd be awesome to see him as Black Panther. And he's been rumored. His name's kind of been thrown around a little bit. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, get your questions in, your final questions, because I'm going to wrap up here in just a few minutes. I think I covered all of the images that I downloaded. I know that there were a couple more that were released. I'll just take a few minutes to mention one thing that I really want to talk about. I haven't done a video yet. I don't really know how I want to approach a video on my socials for this, but there's been a lot of conversation recently about Spider-Man and his possible involvement / not being involved in these concept art. And again, we don't know how many concept art pieces were released compared to everything else. But Spider-Man's involvement in Doomsday, I think, will be the single most important part of this film. And the reason why I say that is because if you go back to No Way Home, which I plan on watching in the next day or so, because I haven't seen it in a while, we obviously know at the end of that film that Peter Parker asks Doctor Strange to erase his identity and opens up these portals, and we see all of these things coming through. Okay, I'll text him. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Hi, buddy. Sorry, guys, my son and wife just walked in. Hi, buddy. I'll see you later. Okay. It's not in. It's all right. Come on. Okay. You gonna go with Mama? You gonna go with Mama? Here, I'll walk you in. Oh, sorry, guys. He's going to bed. I had to say goodnight. Apologies. Bye, buddy. So at the end of No Way Home, Doctor Strange has all these things are happening in the sky. And we see all these portals from from other worlds, essentially, opening up with all these other characters coming in, right? People that essentially want to kill Spider-Man. That could be the beginning of everything. And we know that from the post-credit scene with Clea, Doctor Strange. You started something. We have to go save it all, etc. When Doomsday happens, it's very hard to explain how Battleworld comes to be and how all of it works. Peter Parker has no identity. None. Peter Parker does not exist. Only Spider-Man. I think he's going to be left out of the Battleworld spell that's going to be happening. And that he will have his memories, he will know what's going on, and he's going to have to snap everybody out of the Doom spell that's happening with Battleworld. And he's going to slowly piece everything back together with the characters that he knows. Strange, Ant-Man, Hulk, Falcon, all of them, right? All the characters that he's known in the past, because we have to remember that no one knows he exists, and no one remembers that Peter Parker took place in the Endgame events except Peter Parker. And the jury is still out on Hulk because Hulk was not on World at the time, but we'll see what happens with that. They only think Spider-Man existed. I think he's going to be the linchpin to get everybody back involved and snap them out of the Doomsday spell that's happening and getting the Avengers back to fight, essentially. So, and that's just a quick theory that popped up in my head that I really wanted to just bring out very briefly. Kind of something to whirl around in your head a little bit, but yeah, so we'll see. My phone's blowing up, guys. Sun's going to bed, obviously, so I'm gonna call it a night. Everyone, look, I appreciate you guys so much. Such good dialogue tonight from all of you. I love the fact that you guys comment along with your ideas and theories and questions. It makes the shows so much more fun for me. I love doing this, and having you guys join me every single week is always a blast. So I really appreciate it, and I hope everyone has a great week. I hope everyone enjoys watching Daredevil. Enjoy the hell out of it. I'm gonna go straight to my television right now and put on Born Again, and yeah. So again, thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your night. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the Daredevil Born Again review show. Bye, guys.